continue talking about Black Muslims in Islamic history. This is the story of Sa'ad al-Aswad. Basically, there is a hadith where he came to the Prophet ﷺ and he said, "Will my darkness and my ugliness prevent me from entering Jannah?" And the Prophet ﷺ told him, "No, and the one whose hand is my soul, you will not be prevented from entering it as long as you fear Allah and believe in what the Messenger has told you." People out here that are so racist that believe that people with dark skin or black skin won't enter paradise. And here the Messenger ﷺ is telling us differently. So Sa'ad al-Aswad tells the Messenger ﷺ that he basically testifies, he takes his shahada and becomes Muslim. And then he also tells him that everyone in their presence, like all the men that are with them, he's asked for their daughter's hand in marriage and they have rejected him due to the darkness of his skin. He says, "I have asked everyone present with you and those absent for a woman to marry, but they have rejected me due to my darkness and the poor appearance of my face." He said, "I'm a nobility amongst my people from Beni Salem, and my father and my grandfathers are well known, but the dark skin of my maternal uncles prevailed over me." The Prophet ﷺ said, "Is Amr ibn Wahib present?" And everyone says no. And then the Prophet ﷺ says, "Go knock on his door and tell him that the Prophet ﷺ tells you to give your daughter to Sa'ad al-Aswad in marriage." So he goes over and he knocks on the door. He speaks in Arabic, but then they only notice the darkness of his skin and the appearance of his face. So he tells them, "Prophet ﷺ sent me and said that I can marry your daughter." And they turned him away in a rough manner, and then Sa'ad leaves. Sa'ad goes to the Prophet ﷺ and tells him that they basically turned him away. The girl, who's known for her beauty and intelligence, tells her father, "Fear Allah." This is what the Prophet ﷺ said, that I'm betrothed to him. Like, fear Allah before you get embarrassed by revelation. And the father, he sees the Prophet ﷺ, I think during prayer, and he sits furthest away from him, I think because he's embarrassed. And the Prophet ﷺ approaches him and says, "Are you the one who rejected that which the Messenger of Allah has approved?" And he basically said, "Yes, I'm asking for forgiveness. I thought Sa'ad was lying." So the two do get married. But again, another example of sadly anti-Blackness and racism within the Muslim community, even those, way, way before us. May Allah guide us to not reject people based on skin color.